Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Now this week, as usual, I've been to the antique shop, and while I was there I bought some nice old rare coins. So let's have a look at these coins that I bought this week. So, as usual, the coins have been put in this box. I'll give you a sneak peek before we begin to look through them. Whoa, right. I'll move it to the side and go through in terms of worst to the best in my opinion. They're all very good coins, so there's nothing to start with that's too bad. First up, we have some Edwardian Farthings. This one is the first one. We still have the Britannia design here, before it was changed to the Wren. And we see this as a 1907 farthing. All these farthings before the First World War were chemically darkened to avoid confusion between them and half-sovereigns of a similar size and colour if they weren't darkened. Here the obverse sees the portrait of Edward VII, we have the legend around, and his right-facing uncrowned bust by George William de Soules. Now as I say, I bought a few Edward VII farthings, and I've now completed my whole set of Edwardian farthings. So 1907 was added this week. We also have this one. A little bit darker, perhaps more worn, but there we go, a bit more dirty, sorry. But we have the 1903 farthing as well. This is a very nice coin. Again, the same design on both sides, just with the, obviously, 1903 there. That's another great farthing to add. I got this 1905 farthing, one that I needed for my collection of Edwardian farthings, and farthings as a whole, of course, and now added to the collection. Now you can see there, this is actually a very, very nice condition coin. You can still see the texture of the hair of the king, and in his beard as well. The eyes and the nose and all the detail very much intact, as is the legend and the outside milling. So a very, very nice condition coin. And I'll reveal the prices paid for these farthings after we see the last one. The last of these 4 farthings completing my Edwardian farthing set is the 1906. Another great condition coin with a lovely design, of course, there. We have a little close-up there, a very classic and nice design, as I say. As I say, 1906, the last of the Edwardian farthings I needed. Now I paid only, get ready for it, £1.20 per coin. So less than £5 to get 4 more lovely Edwardian farthings, all in nice grade, to then complete my Edwardian set. I have all the Edwardian farthings now, all the George V farthings, and all the George VI farthings. I need 1 Elizabeth II farthing, and then I can concentrate on finishing with the Victorian farthings to fill up and complete my farthing set. So there we go, those are the first coins of the farthings. Now on to some silver. We have firstly this coin right here. A nice small old silver threepence, as we can see here. Very shiny, very nice coin indeed, with the grade and quality being very superb. We have a nice design as well, with the 3 acorns, 3 oak leaves, and then 3 branches, as is a 3 pence. Similarly, the 6 pence from the same time had 6 oak leaves, 6 branches, and 6 acorns, as it was a 6 pence. This one is from 1932, so it's a 50% silver coin, and we can see here the portrait of George V. Once again, a stunning condition coin for its age, with very minimal wear on this design. I do have a 1932 threepence already, although I will swap this one out because it's better quality. The reason I bought it was this, because it was just £1, a very good price for this coin. Got some nice silver there, and a great condition coin for a great price, and it rounded my total to the nearest 10, so it was just easy to pay at the antique shop on the day. And a great coin in the process. So there we go, that's the next one, for only £1, even cheaper than these farthings. Next up we have a more worn coin, but it is a very, very rare special coin. So this is an old florin, not very old, but very worn florin indeed. This is a 1920s florin, so it's 50% silver, and we have George V here on the obverse. Very worn, the legend is sort of worn out on the sides, and the portrait has been very much flattened over. And the milling on the edges still visible, but quite worn down as well. The reason I bought it though is because, of course, this is going to be a new date for my collection. I have almost all of the 50% florins, but this one is from 1925. If we can zoom in there, you can definitely very clearly see when it's zoomed in that it is 1925. So, what is so special about that, you may ask? Well, let's have a look at the mintage for this coin. So here we have the coin book, and we've tuned into the florin page. Now if we look here at the George V 500 ones, we can see most of the mintages. 15 million, 34 million, 23 million, 20 million, tens of millions, below and above. However, this one stands out here, 1925, only 1.4 million. Surrounded by 4 million, 5 million, 15, 11, 16. So apart from the 1932 there, with less than a million, 1925, 1.4 million, the second rarest of these 50% florins. And I now, of course, have one for myself to add to my date run. So a lovely coin. Of course, the design is very visible. It is quite worn, but obviously you'd expect to pay more if it was in better condition, because it is a more scarce and rare, valuable coin. What did I pay? Well, a few years ago, at the end of 2019, when this book was written, the value of a 1925 florin would be £20, even in the sort of fine, the lowest grade it lists there. So obviously, this one's less than fine, but £20 in fine a few years ago, up to £500 in the nice condition. Now I think this is a good deal for this coin, although, it's definitely worse than fine, very worn. However, I paid only £10 for this coin, so I'm very happy with that. It's a good price. Usually these sell for around £5 anyway, just because there's silver in it. It's 5.6 odd grams of silver, so it's going to have a premium to that as well, due to the bullion value. So paying about double the price of a usual one for a very rare date is fine by me, and £10 adds a new florin to my date run. So there we go, a great coin. Next up we have more silver, older silver this time. This is a 4p or groat from 1836, and so that means it is William IV. This is a lovely condition coin, actually really, really nice. Obviously, I'm sure you would have all noticed this does have a hole in the top, so it's probably in jewellery, at some point a necklace or a bracelet, which does obviously ruin the value of the coin quite significantly. However, that then allows me to get this coin for a very, very good price and still have most of the design there with all the lovely detail, apart from just sort of that bit at the top there, obviously being punched out. So we have a nice portrait of William IV, done by William Wyan, and as I say, in very nice condition. It potentially might be my best condition William IV portrait. Portrait is only very minorly affected by the hole there. And we have the legend around there as well, very nice condition. And then this is a groat, as I say, 4p with Britannia on from 1836. 1836, the mintage is on screen, it's about 4 million I believe, so not too rare. However, this is the first year that these coins were made. And there is an interesting story about why these coins were made. The reason behind these being revived after being hammered groats being demonetised, these were brought in because the fare of taxis, the taxi fare to get to around London was 4p back in the day. And the politicians didn't like paying 4p because there was no 4p coin, so they'd have to carry around small change. Or, heaven forbid, give extras to the taxi drivers and tip them, usually paying with a 6p piece. This was good for the taxi drivers. So legislation was passed through Parliament to introduce a 4p coin. These could then be used for those taxi fares with the exact change. There you go, take me to the Houses of Parliament, please. This was then unpopular with the taxi drivers, as therefore they would have to, get less money, get less tips, make less money. But obviously the politicians were very happy with the introduction of this coin, because then they could not have to carry around small change and pay with exact money rather than overpay. So there we go. An interesting story about this coin, the groat, the 4p, and why it was reintroduced in its milled form. 2 coins left. Next up is this lovely half crown. This is a beautiful, beautifully designed coin, even though it has been fairly worn in this condition we see here. This is the later design on the veiled head Victoria coins. We can see here Thomas Brock's depiction of the Queen facing left with the veil, known as the veiled old head or widowed head, with a legend around. This is a 1900 half crown, as I'm sure you guessed, a new date for my date run. So another half crown added to the date run, and I think I'll just give you a second to really appreciate this design, even though it has been worn. It is one of my favourites. There's a bit of wear in the middle there mainly, and a bit of dirt across the whole thing, giving it a darker colour, but it is still in fairly good condition, and will be a nice addition to my half crown collection as a sort of big old hunk of sterling silver to add to my Victorian half crowns. Now then, the final coin. A very, very nice one, of course, as I've saved it till last. And here it is. 1 florin, 1/10 of a pound, Gothic design. We have the 4 crowned shields, about the central sort of star flower design there, and then the national flowers within the gaps, the border around that. A highly, highly praised and collected coin by numismatists. Flipping it over, we now see the Gothic head portrait of Queen Victoria, done by William Wyan. This coin has been quite worn. The darkened toning there on the background really brings out all the design details, giving this coin a very cool effect. Looking to the date of the coin, let's find that out as it is in Roman numerals. MDCCC, so it's going to be 18 obviously because we know that. So then there's an L for 50, so 1850, 2 X's, 2 10s, 1850, 60, 70, and then a V, 5, so 1875. And as I'm sure you guessed, 1875, a new date for my Florin collection. So there we go. This is also quite a rare coin. It's actually rarer than this one over here. 1875 florin has a mintage of 1,117,030, but a value you'll notice of pretty much the same as the other one because within its type, it's not as rare. For a Gothic florin, that is a lower minted year, but not a rare year, whereas these ones were produced so highly that a lower date is therefore rarer within its type of coin, if that makes sense to you. However, the rarity is only one thing, the beauty is the main thing, and the new date for my collection is the main reason I bought it. As I'm sure you'll agree, it is a lovely, lovely coin. How much did I pay for this? Well, I believe I paid £15 for this, so that's quite good. Obviously it's sterling silver, that gives it a higher starting price than the 50% one, and £10, £15 for some nice, rare old florins. Very, very nice, in my opinion. I always forget to do a price on one of these coins, don't I? This half crown was actually cheaper than the florin, at only £14, which was a good deal, so I definitely got that coin. As I say, a new date for my date run. So there we go, 9 lovely coins bought this week, all of them very, very nice, but please do comment down below your favourite and which one you'd rather have within your collection. As I do say, my favourite's probably definitely this Florin here, the Gothic variety. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe before you leave, and hope you'll join us again soon for some more coins on the channel. Bye.